The Gospel of the second Sunday of Advent, according to the Ambrosian rite, take us to the desert to meet John. And we go, we too, hidden among those who from Jerusalem, from all Judea, from all the area along the Jordan, flocked to him. We move. To move means to come out of a place. And this is perhaps the first thing that strikes our minds. We are called to move from the temple into the desert. A question flew into my mind, and a little bit, I confess, it worries me. We are here in a church, our church. Could it be that we are called to move, to change places, and to prepare ourselves for this coming outside of here? Why does John not give the announcement in the city? Why does he not give it in the temple? Why not where it was a consolidated tradition to baptize? Why not through the filter of those who know all about religion? And will it not be, I wonder, that even today we are called to leave the buildings which are sacred by definition, but very little sacred in terms of being able to bring life, to give life. Even today, are we not asked to move and to go where silence speaks, where the words are true, where you hear the words inhabited by the heart, by the passion of the heart, by God? You will tell me that even the temple can be a desert for waiting, and it is true. But the fact that John did not choose a temple makes me think. It makes me think a lot. The temple, its attendance, in fact, does not spare us from a lurking danger, that of reducing everything to ritual and hypocrisy. A ritual that does not set a life in motion, a change of life. The rough words of the Baptist made me think a lot. Words rough as his skin, made of fire by the desert. He calls a race of vipers, Pharisees and Sadducees, who had a reputation as good people, the first in obedience to rigorously interpreted religious traditions. Vipers. And John knew the vipers of the desert, and he also knew how to defend himself from it. Vipers. And he reproaches the Pharisees and Sadducees for having come to his baptism, as if he were saying, "You have come here to add a right to your rights, to your traditions, to feel at peace, and it all ends here." A piece of new cloth on an old dress. Many of you remember how Jesus one day warned against such an operation. That day, before his eyes, he had the disciples of John, also rigorous observers of the prescriptions of the law. That day, he said to them, "Nobody puts a piece of rough cloth on an old garment, because the patch takes something away from the garment, and the tear becomes worse. Neither is new wine poured into old skins. Otherwise the skins will break, and the wine will spill, and the skins are lost. But the new wine is poured into new skins, and so both are preserved. It is therefore not a question of going to the Jordan to add a right to other rights, but the question is to change the fabric of life, the orientation of life. We go to the Jordan. We go down into the water to change, to make a fruit worthy of conversion, John says to the Pharisees and to the Sadducees. The warning he addresses to them is not to hide behind the repeated reclamation of being children of Adam. It is necessary to make a fruit of conversion, as he said, something that shows that the duration of life has changed, that a change is taking place, a renaissance from water. Otherwise, it is as if you have not moved, as if you have remained in your old religion. Indeed, the Baptist adds, "He who comes after me will baptize you in the Holy Spirit and fire." And to me, this seems, I can be wrong, a further invitation to walk in newness of life, as if we were saying water is not enough, a baptism of purification is not enough, because we just wash. That of the Messiah will be a baptism which, by immersing themselves in the Holy Spirit, in the breath of God, in the crackling of the gospel, will communicate to those who immerse themselves in it a real fire, a passion, which does not leave motionless, but pushes, makes life burn. Life that is always danger of drying up, of becoming grey, of fading, of getting cold. I wonder how much remains me, priest, as well in each one of us, followers of Jesus, of the Holy Spirit, who is fire and passion. How much is left when I start a new day, when I find myself in my hands a task to do, when life gives me the beauty of encounters? How much of this Holy Spirit and fire do I have left? I need Advent, but I also need more. The passage from Matthew that spoke to me speaks to us of baptism, reminding us of this, emphasizing the community nature. It is the baptism, it is certainly a personal event, but it is also a community event. The community where everyone was striking in the story. Jerusalem, all Judea, and all the area along the Jordan. I seem to see them on the way to the Jordan to meet John, but also to see them on the way back, not each one on his own, but all together. It should be good to move all together during this Advent time, a time where we support each other. And in this time of pandemic, we need it overall. Let us live together this Advent time wherever we may be.